Hello, everyone. Welcome. My name is Samir Sardana, and today we have with us Shekhar Suman from IFT Delhi, who will be guiding us for the further admission process and the cutoff that you can expect for IFT College. At what percentile you will get a call from IFT Delhi or Kolkata or the third center, that is Kanikara. So let's chat with let's talk with Shekhar Suman to have the idea on the complete admission process of IFT and what should be the next step uh, that you should be taking once you get your call from your IFT college. Hi Shekhar, how are you?
Hello, sir. I'm good. How are you?
Thank you. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Can you give us the idea on the course that we can expect uh, from IFT Delhi? At what percentile we can expect the call, and what should be the cutoff? What was the cutoff last year? What is the expected cutoff this year for the different campuses?
Sure, sir. So, as far as I remember, for the last year, the calls were came at 94 percentile, around 94 percentile.
From IFT
So
Delhi.
I know from IFT Delhi, yes.
Okay. Okay.
So at 94 percentile, you can be rest assured that calls will come
This came in
for
general
the
category, right? In
yes.
general.
This is for the general category, right?
Okay.
And the marks scorecard at which the score came here was around 130. I think it was 134 for general, but for OBC it was 115. Uh, and the 94 percentile for general, but for OBC I'm not sure what is the percentile at which the call come. Apart from that, it's very the weightage of the score is quite significant for the final clearing of the college itself. So that is one thing. Apart from that, Kanikara, the new campus, is has opened for this time only. So I have no idea regarding what calls will come at what percentile.
Okay. Okay. What about does a person with the 94 percentile stand a chance because there's a cutoff? So if a person is getting 94 percentile, that stand will that person stand a chance to clear the interview? Do you have students in your batch who cleared the who converted the call at 94 or 95 percentile?
Yes, so since there is a weightage for the score of written exam in the final, but there is the whole process of GD VAT PI, and in this from this time the 10th, 12th, and diversity has also got some marks from weightage to it. So considering all these, I think that the chances of the one with the 99 percentile getting into IFT Delhi is more obviously, but having said that, we have a few friends in our college who have got 94 percentile or around 95 percentile as well, and they cleared the IFT Delhi in the first list itself. So it's not that it's very impossible thing, but you would have to perform good in GD VAT as well as PI. And the PI for the people who are from the low percentile would be somewhat stressed. The interview would be somewhat stressed because that would give you the chance to perform better. So you should prepare and focus on VAT GDPI. And if you do well, there are high chances of getting into IFT Delhi as well, even in the first list.
All right. So how should student be preparing for the next step? Next step क्या होना चाहिए बच्चों का? Because you're saying that there will be group discussion. This happened last year, right? And there was a
Yes.
VAT also, written assessment test, and then the personal interview.
Yes.
Is it same this year also?
I'm not sure about is there a GD this year or not, because some institutes, although they took GD last year, but are not taking GD this year. But
Because
I'm
of
not sure about.
online.
Yes, because of the online thing. But maybe you should be prepared for that as well, because it might happen that by the time the institute might call you for the GD at PI, or maybe even in the online scenario, they might conduct a GD. In That would be somewhat in the organized manner, in the sense that you would be allowed to speak in the sequential manner rather than a conventional GD. But you should be prepared for this.
And what can you suggest us some topics? So can you give us idea on the topics that students should be looking for? You have gone through this process and you must have researched on it. What are the different topics which are coming in the different batches? So last year जो topics उन्होंने दिए थे वो किस उनका क्या orientation था? How should student be selecting the topics and where they should be studying from?
Sure. As for the VAT part, I would say start writing one essay at least each day. So you would have a sense of how to structure your thoughts and put into the perfect essay. But the first thing would be that you should focus on how to build your content. What you should focus on is all the current affairs and the topics which have been very famous nowadays, which had been talk of the days, talk of the months, like that. For To suggest some topics, I would say that the COVID obviously is one topic, because all this year was about COVID. You can say you can expect some topics like COVID, a blessing in disguise. What do you think about that? Well, digitization has its limits. Okay, there has been a trade since our college is regarding trade. There has been a rise in the protectionist sentiment all around the world. So you can expect some topics regarding the trade, whether globalization is going to boom or it's not the future. You can also expect the Atmanirbhar Bharat topic related topics, or you can also expect some topics about farm laws, which have been talk of the month, a few months, I would say. So apart from that, you can also see topics in the very abstract scenario, the topics like whether the online has degraded the education qualities of children, students, or some very abstract topics which IIFT as well as other institutes have been giving in VAT as well as GT.
All right. And about the interview process, what are the set of questions that students can expect in IFT? What was your experience? What were the different questions that they asked to you, and how the student should be preparing for the interview questions?
So to
IFT is
start
because
it,
yeah. Please
yes.
continue. What I'm saying is IFT is completely different from the other MBA institutions, right? So is there a specific set of questions that students should prepare on when it comes to the IFT college?
Yeah, sure, sir. Exactly that. I would going to address that. That IFT is somewhat different from other colleges in the sense that here you have an additional baggage of subjects which are related to the international scenario, like international marketing, international finance, and stuff like that. So one thing you should have clearly in mind while stepping in there for interview would be that you should be prepared to answer the question why you want to join this particular college and why you want to do a course in international business. So that is one thing I have seen many students being asked, and they have not been able to give a very justifiable answer to it. So you should frame an answer that would show your interest towards trade as well, apart from the normal MBA. And this is one question I would say would be common to almost everyone. Apart from that, I would say the questions, just like other top IIMs or any IIM ask the questions, IFT would also be having the same set of questions like why do you want to pursue MBA in the first place, or if you had a gap year, why you had a gap year. You might also expect question if your stream is related to arts or maybe statistics, economics. The questions might be framed in yours related to your graduation subject also. Even the people who are from engineering background can expect some questions from their engineering domain. There are high chances of that. Apart from that, I would say that the basic economics point of view, the basic point of view of what is going all around the world as well as around in India should be kept in mind, because the questions might be asked which are quite opinionated. And in that scenario, you should have an idea about the facts and your opinions should be backed by them. So I would say that try to have a perspective in everything. One thing I missed was the budget, which has been very recent, and since the interview would be happening around 1 month post budget, I would say do expect a lot of questions from budget as well, and your point of view as of what is right and what else could have been improved and what you did not like about it. So everything should be kept in a sense of perspective, that you have a point of view regarding the events which are going around the world.
All right. Can you take us through the the series of questions that they asked to you? What was the first question, then what was
Sure.
the second, and so that
So,
students get a exact idea, the exact interview questions that were asked in the last year.
yes. So mostly they give a set of questions to be filled before you step in for interview. That would be giving a picture of yourself to them. They would be having that set of answers which you have given to them, and they might even look at it and ask you questions from that. So
What
in
were
that
those
sense, the
questions?
question.
Can you tell us what were those questions that they asked to write it down?
Sure. So a few questions were, why do you want to do an MBA in the first place? What is your short term as well as long term goals? What do you think? How do you manage time very effectively? What do you do for that? How do you multitask about things? What are your long term goals? And also, what is one current event in the world which you think would have a long term impact in the future? So you should have that in mind as well.
So,
Apart
so
from that,
student
the
need to
general.
make themselves student need to make themselves ready for these questions, right? Can
Yes,
you
yes,
just
they
give an
should.
idea how students should be answering the first question, why MBA? Just a little bit idea how the students should be preparing on it.
Yes, everyone, including me, had a doubt regarding how to answer YMBA questions, because even though many people are not very sure about why do they want to pursue an MBA in the first place, so I would say that try to frame the answer related to your life story. Like, try to link it with your own life story and bring a point of view which is unique to yourself. Don't try to copy anyone else's answer. For example, if I was a marine engineer and it was a very specific domain of engineering, so linking this to YMBA was kind of difficult for me. But uh, I thought about why I actually wanted to do, and then tried to link it with my background. So I actually wanted to do an MBA because I was interested in that side of the business. So what I said was, being an engineer, first of all, you don't have to demean in any sense your background. Okay, you cannot say that I did not like the subject, or I was not at all interested in that subject. That would create a wrong impression of you. Also, what I did was, I said that during the course of my engineering itself, we were taught about how the business overall works. And what I noticed was that that aspect of of my branch was something which interested me more, and I was more inclined to learn those aspects than I was towards the technical aspect which I was responsible for. So in this manner, I tried to frame my answer towards that, and that game gave them the perspective that why I took the interest in MBA in the first place. Also, trying to link it with the college fest. Many students do that. Since I organized the college fest, I loved it, and that's why I want to do an MBA. I would not prefer that. I would say don't go with that, because that's a very cliched answer, and they have been hearing that quite a lot. So try to frame it with something unique, something about your life which cannot be imitated easily from anywhere else.
And the another the set of series questions that they asked in to you in your interview. Okay, can you please
Yes,
take us through?
sure. So after post YMBA, first of all, they would try to grill you a lot on YMBA itself. So at least you have to be convinced in yourself that this is the reason why I want to do an MBA. It doesn't matter that they are convinced or not, because most of the time they wouldn't be. That's their job to pressurize you. But you have to be sure and confident about the answer itself. Post that, the questions which arise would be based on what answers you give. For example, sometimes even in the part of the introduction, the point at which you end your introduction would be the point where the next question will be arising from. So in my case, since I had given this perspective, they asked what domain of MBA do I relate to and want to do my MBA in. I naturally answered the operations management, and then they started asking us something about operation management, and they would grill you if you don't answer it. So a few of the questions I managed to answer, a few which I didn't, I say I don't know, and you should also do the same. Don't try to fool the interviewers. And I said that, and post that the question shifted towards uh, the sum of the certifications which I had done in my engineering college, which were somewhat relevant to the MBA field, like the energy conservation and all about the waste heat recovery. So what they try to ask is that from your certifications only, they would try to frame the questions which are relevant to the industry. For example, what certification I had done regarding the energy conservation was very specific to a technical aspect. But what they asked of me was that, what do you think, where do you think, which industry do you think has the most creating the most waste heat, and how do you think can it be managed? So expect managerial questions even from your certification, which are quite technical. Apart from that, I would say they do ask about why certain marks of your certain 12th, 10th, 12th or graduation have been quite low as compared to others. Luckily, not in my case, it was not the scenario, and I managed to drive the interview towards what I had learned through my internship or training in my job. So, being a fresher, I had done the training, and so when in even in my answer I tried to give the example of my internship period, of my training period. And that's when they asked a little bit more about my training period itself. They asked what are the one challenges which I faced uh, during that training period. And you have to answer that. Very, you can for sure expect this question, that what are the challenges you're going what are the challenges you faced in your job, how did you tackle it, or what has been one thing in your life which has been very demoralizing for you, and it has created a significant impact of on who you are. So these kind of HR questions the you might expect. So I managed to answer the same. Post that, I would say in last, I was asked something about my engineering domain itself. The questions related to thermodynamics. A few of them were explained the second law of thermodynamics. Questions about entropy, solid injection, something like that. But in the end, they also asked me about the hobbies. And in my case, since I used to play guitar, I said the same. But luckily or unluckily, they did not have much interest regarding this music, so they did not ask me about it. But to the most of the students which I interacted from, the hobbies which were common to the interviewer and the interviewee were definitely asked, and you can expect some intricacy in the questions asked itself. Like for example, if you're interested in cricket, you can be asked questions like what is the size of the wicket or something like that, which is very minute, and someone would not be able to answer it very clearly. Apart from that, one thing which I would definitely say, be confident throughout the interview. I was Mine was a stressed interview, and I was asked too many times the questions which I think that they did not expect me to answer even. And I said, I don't know for three or more times. But even after that, since I was able to answer the questions post that, which I was expected to know, they probably selected me for the same.
All right. So students need to prepare the some HR specific questions, right? As you said, any experience from your past which was very demoralizing and all that, and
Yes.
some questions from the academics background, and also students need to be ready for the questions coming from their hobbies. They should know everything about the hobbies that they are mentioning, and also the current affairs and what is happening around in the last 1 or 2 years for the JD and VAT topics, right?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Shekhar, for taking us through, and I hope this will help the students a lot in preparing for the next round of IFT. Uh, Thank you.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.